channel Fitdrchef. So for those that are new, my name is Heather and I'm the face behind Fitdrchef. So we've reached the point in the year where a lot of us at the beginning of the year started out very motivated. We had a lot of zeal. We had the body goals that we're going to reach in 2018. But usually, unfortunately, at this point in the year, a lot of us tend to lose that zeal. But today's video, I'm going to be sharing a few tips on how to stay on track. And these tips will help us continue to work towards those goals that we set at the beginning of the year with regards to our body goals. So, tip number one. I tend to find that for me, I can stay more on track if I'm eating things that I actually like. Don't just eat something just because you saw it on Instagram or just because, you know, it's been proclaimed that it's the best thing ever. Whether we like it or not, we're all different. Our taste buds are different. So try and choose things that you actually like. Yes, they should still be healthy things and they should still be in line with what it is that you're trying to attain, but make sure it's things that you actually like. You'll find that if you're eating something that you like, you'll look forward to that meal and you won't kind of sway away from that meal and go to junk food because you're looking forward to eating that. I hope that makes sense. So that's tip number one, eat things you actually like. Tip number two, yes, it's very good to play around with your meals, but I would suggest that you don't overplay around with your meals. Only because you put yourself under unnecessary pressure that Monday has to be a different meal, Tuesday has to be a different meal, Wednesday has to be a different meal. There's nothing wrong with repetition. Repetition is a good thing, but don't over repeat so that you don't get bored. So when it comes to tip number two, there's a bit of a balance to be struck. Don't be too versatile with your meals that you end up putting yourself under unnecessary pressure, but be versatile enough with your meals that you don't get bored of your meals. So that again, you don't sway off and eat unnecessary junk food. So that was tip number two. Find the right balance with the repetition of your meals. Tip number three. Tip number three kind of goes into tip number one because it's kind of the same principle, and this is for those who are working out. Do exercises that you actually enjoy. Don't just always go to the gym and just walk on the treadmill because that gets boring. It honestly does get boring, so try and be more creative with your workouts. Do them in different locations. Sometimes work out in the gym, sometimes work out at home, sometimes work out in a park. You'll tend to find that if you're playing around with your workouts, you will stay excited and you won't get bored, and it will help us to stay on track. Tip number four. Tip number four would be that don't always trust the scale and don't always rely on the scale. This tip is predominantly for those who are trying to lose weight. It's kind of been ingrained in us that the weight scale is our best friend, but personally, I believe it's the enemy. I believe it's the enemy of progress because I find that if you're weighing yourself every single day, there'll be days where you've lost weight, but then when you step on the scale 2 days later and you found that you're a bit heavier than you were 2 days ago, that can demotivate you and stop you from being as motivated. You'll find that in your weight journey, this is particularly for those who are losing weight, there'll be days where you've lost weight and there'll be days when you've gained weight. But if you weigh yourself, let's say every 2 weeks, personally, if I weigh myself, it's like every month. The only reason why I would suggest you do that is so that you can get an average of the amount you'd have lost, and that way you don't get demotivated when you weigh yourself daily and you've lost weight. So try and stay away from the scale, and if you are going to weigh yourself every 2 weeks or every 4 weeks. So that's tip number four. On to tip number five. Tip number five is there is power in numbers. I would suggest that you find someone who is currently on either has attained the body goal that you're trying to attain, whether it's to lose weight, gain weight, become more muscular, find someone who's already attained that weight or attained that goal, shall we say, and try and train with them or try and have them a bit as a mentor, only because we are more motivated when we're training with someone. It's human nature to be a little bit competitive. So either you find someone who has already attained that goal so that you can, you know, aspire and emulate to be like them, or find someone who is trying to attain the same thing you're trying to attain. So for example, someone who's trying to lose weight, or someone who is trying to gain weight, or someone, like I've said, someone who's trying to tone up. Find someone who's trying to get to the place that you're trying to get to and work together. Like I've said, seeing as we're competitive beings, if you're working out with someone, you're more likely to not give up if they're not giving up, and you will feed off each other. The energy that they're providing, the energy that you're providing, you will find that you will work harder, and hopefully it will help us to keep on track, because when you're down, they will pick you up, and when they're down, you pick them up, vice versa. So I would advise that you find someone either to be your somewhat mentor, or find someone who is trying to attain what you're trying to attain. So that was tip number 5. And my last tip, which is tip number 6, which is my greatest tip, is create a mood board. So a mood board is basically a place where you put things that you want to achieve. So for example, if we're talking body goals, this can be any goal really. So anything, whether it's financially, whether it's academically, whether anything really can go on a mood board. So, but seeing as we're talking about fitness, I would suggest that you create a mood board, put it in a place that, you know, you look in a place that you will see it every day. So either on your bathroom mirror or either on your wardrobe, and put a picture of the goal or the body that you're trying to attain. Put that picture there, and every day you look at it, that will serve as motivation that, you know what, Heather, that's what you're trying to work at. You can do it today. Stay on track, eat right, make sure you get that workout in. I tend to find that for me, mood boards just serve as a constant reminder. Or if you don't want to stick it up on your bedroom, whatever, have it as your display picture on your phone. It may look a bit weird for others, but we're invariably on our phones, guys. So every time you unlock that phone, you'll see, ooh, that's the body I'm working towards, and that might motivate you. So I really hope this video is helpful, or I hope it's helped someone. Guys, let 2018 be the year. Let us reach those fitness goals. I feel it in my blood. It's going to be your year. Don't let me down. Let us work. And if ever you feel you need any additional support, just email me. I'm literally an email away. I will try my best to provide you with any other tips that I may have, or just to be an ear. I get DMs on my Instagram and emails quite a lot of people saying, Heather, I don't know what to do about this, and I try my best to help you as best as I can. So always feel free to email me. I'm always happy to respond to emails. It may take a little while, but I always try my best to. So thank you so much for watching this video, guys, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.